All right, say we live. I make sure we straight.
Uh, alright.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Okay. Should be good with this. All right, Con. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And there's a couple brothers from the Great Millstone Houston camp, and the Wadi Bashim Al Shai, as always, for another opportunity to not only push this word, you know, but to also even know what's going on in these end times, because a lot of people have no idea what's going on, have no idea what to look for. Even when they see certain things going on in the earth, they don't know in order what it's going to lead to. But the Lord have opened up our eyes here in these last days, which that's not given to everybody, to understand his secrets. You see, to have that eye salve, as Yahweh Shai talked about, to see what's going on, man, and to be circumspect, not to be caught up in the things of this world. Because here at the end of the world, this is what a lot of prophecy, a lot of prophecy have been saved. The Lord have been putting off a lot of prophecy because he have been saving it until these last times. And that's according to the scriptures. In Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, it was set for an appointed time to end. So we definitely in an exciting time, and there's two main things that's left to happen here in these last days. You can say three, but within these two happening, the third will be taking place, because one of the main things that got to take place in the first one, the most important one, because the second one can't come unless the first one come, and that's what we kind of want to speak about in this lesson. And then you got it as a Tower of Power, but the first one is the MOTB, Revelation 13. That's one of the last major prophecies that's left that's set to take place. The MOTB. Now, what's the second one? World War III. These are the last two things that gotta happen in order for us to be saved up out of here. Just like Paul said in 2 Thessalonians, there's two things that gotta take place. And what's the third one? Jacob's trouble. But again, Jacob's trouble gonna be taking place during World War III being mandated, during the MOTB being mandated, and World War III gonna be going on. You see, so these are the things to look for, man. And also Esau deception, and that's what we kind of want to talk about in this lesson as well. How these the technology and the false miracles and power that this man about to show here in these last days, although it's going to seem, it's of the Most High and it's a blessing and it's convenient, it's all going to backfire, man. You see, but we'll hop into it. But you got us, Aquan, whatever, floor is yours.
One more thing that the chip, all right, that MOTB, all right, is going to bring about. And this major, it's a part of Jacob's trouble, but it's an event within itself. So you got to mention, and that's the hour of temptation. So, because that's, it was so important that the Lord gave it its own scripture as well. Which is Revelation 3:10. And it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. All right, this is talking to the saints, the hopeful elect, or the actual elect. They're going to be the ones that keep the word of the Most High's patience. All right. So it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And that's tied to the MOTB. All right, so this is a major prophecy as well. And it says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, so the hour of temptation is when the MOTB is actually mandated, and there's no other way for you to buy or sell goods, but through that MOTB. So the temptation is, what are you going to do? All right, because they're going to offer you this mark, which the brother's about to go into. So do you cast your integrity to the side and let this man put a micro CHIP inside of you? Or do you just suffer and ride it out? Regardless of how that may be, under duress, under torture, under detainment. You know, are you gonna hold true to you know how the Lord created you, or do you sell out and become a cyborg?
Right.
So this is what the hour of temptation is about, when they offer you or present to you this MOTB. All right. So and as the lesson goes on, we'll get more into it, but I'm gonna let the brother get into it. So you got it, I.
Kanza, come on, shit. Whatever you got, Baba Kashaw. Bring it forth. But so we'll hop into it. Before we start, I do want to get a precept, because man, these times we're living in, I'm telling you, us as believers, although we're going through our chastisement, man, we shall smile on our faces daily, because the Lord word is coming to pass. These things that we sin is actually planned out in the earth. You know, I'm gonna get a quick precept and we'll hop into this news. So this is Habakkuk 2 real quick, which I'm sure we're gonna hear this scripture be brought out even more as the time goes on. This Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter and verse 1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I reprove. Now this Habakkuk looking out into the earth to see how the Lord responds to him. You know, if you go to the 1st chapter, you understand the ongoing conversation, but that's for us too. You know, we have to look out into the earth to see what the Lord doing, what times we're in, because a lot of things the Lord do is by action, by way of action. Like he said in 2nd Ezra 9. When you see certain things that's set to take place in the end of the world, you shall know it's the very same time he visited and speaking. But the point is, it says, verse 2, and Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision, what's the vision of prophecies? Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So the prophets of old, they wrote the visions, the dreams they had. Now, what's our job here today? We reading what they wrote down. And in modern times, we taking these ancient sayings, these ancient dreams, and we breaking it down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai to make it easy to be understood in this current society. So they wrote the visions of old, and today we're making it easy to be understood to the people. And now, since we speak in Jake's slang in the lingo of today, it says that he may run that readeth it, so the word can spread. But this is the point, verse 3, for the vision, these prophecies, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And that's kind of the theme, the spirit of this lesson, to show, you know, ourselves, but to show the world, man, these things are speaking. And we gonna get it from, again, as they say, what they say, the horse's mouth. We gonna get it from one of the inventors himself. We gonna get it from him, man. These things are out. We just seen Elon Musk. He got the first brain chip, C-hip, in a person, which that's what they saying too. That's what they saying. That's part of the report they put out. We don't know how many people got these things already in them, you know? But even if it is the first one, how many people about to get them now, since they said it was so-called successful? But the point is, the Lord Ben had in his scriptures things to be before the world began, for a device at the end of the world to go in people hands or in their foreheads. Look, again, before the world was created, he had the plan. Now in the end of the world, generations past, we at the last end of the world. Now his son about to come back. We seeing this very same prophecy that was thought of before anything was play out, man. And he gonna say it from himself. We got the proof. The Lord giving proof. So now it says Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, and we'll get into it. And you know, whatever you guys are calling Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. but at the end it shall speak and not lie. The Lord has given us proof, not just speaking no more. Now we showing the people, as the prophet showing the people these things, videos, articles. That's how it's not lying. We showing them, man. And it says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So we definitely in that time, and it is definitely an exciting time. You see, but you got something to comment before we hop into it?
No, you good, brother.
Okay, so we'll start with the article first, because we got some vids to play. Mostly videos, really all videos, but we're gonna start it off with an article to hop into it. Because again, let me make sure it's all blown up. Okay, cool. And Shalom Tala Akim, Akwathu may be tuning in. How about Shemal Shabrak Thumb? So we're gonna start with this one. Because again, the point is cash will eventually no longer be used. You see, and they're gonna force it on the people. It ain't just that they gotta put a gun to everybody's head and just gotta force you under a guillotine. No, they're gonna have these stores, government buildings, certain educational institutions only taking digital currency. They ain't gonna take cash no more. We seeing it today already. You go to certain fast food spots or certain establishments, and they tell you we don't take cash, sir. Shit, food trucks will tell you we don't take cash. So they're gonna force the people to go this way, and they're gonna have to adopt it, the new way of life, and it's gonna make way for the MOTB, man. So let's hop into this article first, and we'll get into these videos. So this is naturalnews.com, and this was put out yesterday, January 31st. And the title says, American businesses, big box stores are increasingly rejecting cash as forced shift to cashless society accelerates, man. You see, it says American businesses, big box stores are increasingly rejecting cash as forced shift, right? It's a forced shift. This is where the world going. Why? Because it's written. It says to a cashless society accelerates. And why is it accelerating? Because Esau know he got a short time. He ain't got all day. Time ain't on his side. He got to move quick. So these plans will be, well, they already are decided. They gonna be implemented quickly. So let's hop into it real quick, and we'll get to these vids. So it says, despite the fact that around 6 million people living in the United States do not have bank accounts and are considered to be unbanked, a growing number of retail stores, including large, well-known box stores, are refusing cash and forcing customers to pay with cards or smartphones. Again, they forcing customers to pay with cards or smartphones. Are they forcing them by beating them? No, in other words, you can't have our business unless you use this digital way of doing things. That's the easy way to force somebody. Again, liken it to he cause of all. So it says upward of 1 billion people worldwide currently do not have a bank account, which means that they too are in trouble once stores in their native lands decide to scrap cash and switch to a cashless model of a digital and easily trackable payment system. And again, it really won't be hard on the people, because what's another saying of this WEF, the World Economic Forum? Nobody left behind. Everybody gonna be easily able to get down with the system, whether you a homeless person or the scripture says small and great, rich and poor. Everybody gonna get down. It don't matter if they got a bank account now or not. You see? So it says in larger cities like Seattle and Los Angeles, no cash accepted signs are popping up everywhere, including on windows or stores that claim to be inclusive. Right? They're inclusive, but they don't accept cash. It says, which claim to be inclusive. Nothing says inclusive quite like refusing customers who do not have a bank account. It says the vast majority of bankless people hold that status not because of any kind of political or financial protest, but rather because they do not have enough money in their possession to meet the minimum balance requirements. And so I'm gonna read just this first portion of this article, and And I'll throw it in the chat and we can get to these videos. So I finish out these last 2 or 3 paragraphs. So it says every 2 years, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or the FDIC, runs a household survey asking people why are they bankless. In 2021, more than 40% of correspondents said that they are too poor to have a bank account, which means these same folks also cannot shop at no cash accepted stores. The second and the third most common answers for why some people do not have bank accounts, including because avoiding a bank gives more privacy, and because they simply don't trust banks. Then there are the costs of dealing with banks with more, which oftentimes are exorbitant. You see, so I read this last part. It says, in order to bring about their long envisioned New World totalitarian order, the powers that be are pushing hard to eliminate all cash and usher in a cashless society, complete with digital passes and special identification requirements for all commerce. So that's what this is going to lead to. You see? That's what it's going to lead to. We see. You got it, Zaquan. You got it.
Get next. Read on the Federal Reserve.
Okay, Con. And it says, so the next portion says Federal Reserve to force U.S. banks to borrow from it.
Yeah, you read that first sentence.
It says, speaking of banks, FX Hedge confirmed that the private Federal Reserve is changing its role from lender of last resort to dictatorial financial overlord.
Financial overlord. Keep that in mind. Dictatorial financial overlord. All right. It says word on the street is that Fed Chairman Jerome Powell is planning to force United States banks to borrow from it or else. All right. So yeah, that's gonna come in handy down the line. Man. Man, let me read that next paragraph. It says, in the spirit of never letting a crisis go to waste, the Fed, the FDIC, which is what the fuck is that?
That's the hold on, it said it right here. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation.
The water. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation and the Treasury are citing the collapse of several regional banks in March of last year as the impetus for transferring the discount window from an emergency measure into standard operating procedure, FX Hedge explains. So that was it. So yeah, and we know that the Federal Reserve has the FedEx, which the brother had went into it some time back when that first broke. The brothers went into that on a Thursday night with the Fed Now.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Fed Now, which is going to be the Federal Reserve digital currency. So yeah, we could see this by this year. But you can go ahead, brother.
Kind, that's what they saying. They looking to do it this year. That's the plans, and that's what we hoping. Because again, they got these plans for everything to be said and done, the whole society by 2030. If they want everything to be complete with a new world by 2030, guess when they got to start? Right now, man. Right now, and time ain't on their side.
And they behind because the agenda was the agenda 2021. What was it at first? They changed it from 21, I believe, to 30.
Yeah, 2021 or 2020, something like that.
Yeah. And so they're behind. And the brother said, they don't have all the time in the world. And that's pursuing the Revelation 12 and 12. Before you go into that clip, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right. And this is the devil that you see, on your television, on your news, running your government, Esau, Edom, the so-called white people. This is the devil that's having this great wrath, coming down with this great wrath, and he's going to be merciless in bringing forth his dystopian future, because he is the devil that the scripture just described. All right. So, and then you'll see as the brother go into these clips. So you got it, brother.
Okay. So what happened to it? Now this first one, now this is from a guy named Carl Sanders, right? Carl Sanders. Now he's one of the inventors of the micro C-hip. He's one of the inventors of this prophecy we talk about daily, man. The Revelation 13 that we bring out, going into the Charagma, so on and so forth, where he took part in bringing this forth in the world. And now, again, this is more confirmation, because what we've been prophesying is about to come from the man mouth himself. Now, I remember this was going out a while back, a couple of years ago. I remember I did a lesson on it about 4 years ago. But it resurfaced and brothers touching on it again. I seen the other Yashawama touched on it. He recently touched on it. I think it was one of the elder brothers in LA touched on it. But this is something good to bring out to the forefront right now, especially that Elon Musk came out and said, look, it's confirmed. The C-hip is now in the first person brain and it's successful. Because again, before I play, I want to get a quick precept. Isaiah 46, real quick. It's Isaiah 46. Because what this man about to say is exactly what the scripture said. Look, before he was born, before everybody who was with him deciding this was born, before we was here today, before anything was, this was written down, and he came forth, and guess what? The Lord had to play out just like it was written, man. But real quick, this is Isaiah 46, verse 9 and 10. It says, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me. It's the point, verse 10. It says, declaring the end from the beginning. We in the end. So what's set to take place in the end was already decided before anything was. It says, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure, man. And this guy right here, Carl Sanders, the Lord just picked them out of a bunch of spirits to say, you go into the earth and be the head of making this C-hip. So we're going to listen to this man talking as it plays, Aquan, whatever you got, pre-sales points, Baba Kasha, let us know. But we're going to go ahead and play it and then, and see what he got to say. And make sure we rolling. Okay, Con.
In this video, you will hear a first-hand testimony of Pastor and Dr. Carl Sanders, an electronic engineer, inventor, and author who led a team of researchers in the development of the RFID chip. He was shown by the Lord Jesus Christ that this is the mark of the beast, in which the book of Revelation, chapters 13 and 14, gives us much insight on. Seho Song has taken a sermon in which Pastor Sanders used an interpreter and cut out all of the translator's words for those of you who are English speaking. The original video link is located in the description box for those of you who want to hear the entire video. Let Pastor Sanders' own words about the time period that we are living in speak for themselves. We are living in the last days, and we must be as wise as the serpent and harmless as doves. Friends, do not be afraid of those who can kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Instead, fear the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Greater is Jesus Christ living in us than the serpent who is in the world.
What I'm here.
So just to kind of wrap up what you were saying, we're going to let this ride. after he's speaking now in the real video, the regular video, this Carl Sanders, one of the inventors of the Sea Help. He gonna speak in the real video because the video we playing is a cut up version of everything in English. So everything he's saying in a real video, this man translated. So sometimes after he talk, you might hear a person talk quick in the background and get cut off. Well, that's them cutting off the translator because it's just giving the English part so he can get straight to the point. Now, I mind you, this man going through his testimony just so we can all envision it, just because I mind you, man, it's exciting, and I'm excited about it because what he about to explain is that they came into a meeting, came together, and they needed to make this device. And at this point in time, he was going to explain that he wasn't a Christian. He never read the Bible. He didn't know about the MOTB. He didn't know about Revelation 13 at the time they came together, but it was on their spirit to do exactly what these scriptures say. Let's listen to him, man.
Here to share with you is a testimony of where I lived, the people I spent my time with.
And the reason he's so passionate about it because after he created it, then he came into being a Christian. He found out about the prophecy, and then he was condemned in his spirit because he said, damn, this sounds like what I helped invent. So that's why he's so passionate now of giving a testimony to tell people don't get it. And mind you, he's a creator of it.
I was an engineer for 32 years, and that's not important. But what is important is what I have to share with you. Many people have asked me, isn't there some way around this device, this microchip? Could a glove be made with a microchip in it so I could still get food? We have the greatest answer, and that is Jesus Christ. In 1966, I was put on a project. I had been with
1966
IBM, and now I was with General Electric. The project was to develop a little microcircuit that would connect the nerve ends on a broken spine back together. This seemed like a good idea to me, and it's something that I would want to be a part of. I was a very zealous engineer. I worked very hard. I worked many long hours. I was a design engineer and used Boolean algebra, Boolean equations to design computer circuits. We were not successful with the young lady with the severed spine. And as time went along, it looked like they were going to close our project down. We had learned many things, but she was not doing well. Much of our research data had been publicized, and some men came to us that we were to find out were from the government. They were from the CIA and the FBI. And they asked us to develop a little microchip for identification. This was to be used not in human beings, not in animals, but to be put in drug shipments to catch drug dealers. They came with a lot of money, and so we were willing to do whatever we could. I want to tell you at this point that I was not a Christian, and I did not want anything to do with Christians. We had developed the first identification device.
Yeah, so they was given a test, create this device. He didn't know nothing about the Bible at this point.
And it was completed in the early 70s. They came back to us and they said, we want something better than that. And so we said, if you have enough money, we can develop anything. I was not alone there. There were 100 people involved in the project. Some were from General Electric, some from Motorola, some were from the Bell Laboratory, some were from the Boston Medical Center, and some were from Stanford University. My responsibility was project leader or the senior project engineer. We began to work on the design of a microchip that, when it was completed, was 0.75 millimeters in diameter, 7 millimeters long. It was the size of 1/4 of a grain of rice. Again, I want to say that I was not a Christian and there were no Christians there. They said they wanted this to have a power.
The point he keep bringing up, he was not a Christian, is to say he didn't know that this was in the Bible, and they didn't say, oh, since it's in the Bible, let's do this. No, they was just a quick precept. Salakia, man's goings. Real quick, because he's going to get busy. Proverbs 20 and 24, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? He didn't get it. He didn't know why he was doing it, but he did it. He did it.
Power source and be able to emit a signal. I want to say that I was not a Christian and there were no Christians there. They said they wanted this to have a power source and be able to emit a signal. And they told us they wanted us to use lithium as a battery source. Lithium's used in watch batteries. It's used in heart pacemaker batteries. It's used in a lot of places. I designed into this microchip a little charging circuit that would charge that battery. This sounds like a lot of technical things coming together, but if you'll bear with me 1 minute, you'll see what God has laid out about this microchip.
Listen up.
When we discovered that we needed to be able to charge that battery, I needed a temperature change, a change in temperature to cause current to flow through that little charging circuit that would charge the battery. So
now listen to this. I don't want to keep stopping it, but I want to throw this point out there, man. These people, everybody are going according to the Lord, man. What he about to say is that, okay, they was given the assignment. They need to make a chip, a device, and they need to have a lithium battery. And in order to continue to have this battery being charged while this device in somebody, what he gonna say is he needed to find somewhere where in your body it had a continuous heat, so the battery could keep charge. And it was only 2 places. Hey, come on, man. We got to get a lot of hand. It was only 2 places in the body that they was able to have a continual heat. Let's see what those 2 places was. And I mind you, remember Revelation 13 was written thousands of years before this man was born. And the MOTB prophecy was thought about before the world was created. Let's see what these 2 places at on the body that they decided to put this thing at, man.
we began to investigate and find out where it would charge the battery. So a change in temperature to cause current to flow through that little charging circuit that would charge the battery. So we began to investigate and find out where in the body does the temperature change the most rapidly. We spent over $1 million in taxpayer money, and when the results came back, there was a lot of information. We divided it up amongst 3 teams and then came back together with that information. It was determined that there were 2 places in the body that were ideal for the microchip. One was just below the hairline on the forehead. Every mother checks their child's temperature right here. So we could have paid the mothers $1 million and saved. I never saw a mother check their child's temperature on their ankle. Always right here. The other place was the hand, the right hand preferred, because most people are right-handed.
Carl Sanders just gave us a Selah moment. It was only 2 places. They spent millions of dollars to find out where's the 2 places in the body that's a continual temperature change. It was 2 places. Why you think when children sick, as he said, every mother go to the forehead, right? Go to the forehead. And what's the other place? Go to the hand. And he said mainly the right hand because most people right-handed. That's why the scriptures highlight the right hand in Revelation 13, but in Revelation 14, it said both hands. The point is, this man was created to be used to bring one of the Lord's main prophecies forth in the world, man. Listen to this. And I mind you, he didn't know about the prophecy when they was doing it. He said no Christians was in the room when they was doing this, man. Are we not seeing this thing be fulfilled? And look, not only fulfilled, it's in mainstream media that they putting this in people hand and head now in mainstream media. Come on, man. You got something, Zaquan? I'll play a little more. You got something?
Yeah, I'll just say this. I add this. He's a prime example of what happens when you don't know the scriptures. All right, which, as you were stating, he was set up. And if it wasn't him, it would have been somebody else. But for you Hebrew Israelites, this is showing you that when you don't know the scriptures, you head for destruction. All right, and this man then brought, which it had to come to pass again, it had to come to pass, but this man has brought death to the world.
Right.
As well as the creators of the ICBMs or the thermonuclear bombs. Now at the top, they know what time it is. It's like the brother said, he was creating this beast technology unbeknownst to him, but he was doing it under false pretenses on the idea of the miracles.
Right.
As the scriptures speak about. He wanted, in his mind, he thought he was helping humanity.
Mm-hmm.
But in actuality, he's helping to usher in the kingdom. So, he did a good work in the scope of prophecy, but a lot of you gonna go get that exactly what I'm just saying because you don't know the scriptures. Just as when he created this, he didn't know the scripture, but found out afterwards. Now, for you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans, afterwards it's going to be too late for you. So, yeah, it would behoove you to get the understanding now. You got charlatans out there telling you that, oh, don't worry about it, or, it ain't no micro CHIP and none of this and that. Well, hey, the info is overwhelming. So, hey, you take it for what you want, for what it's worth. But go ahead,
That's right. That's right. So we'll let him play, say a little more.
This didn't bother me, and it didn't bother anybody else on the team.
So again, they found out the best places to put it is the forehead and the hand. Sound like prophecy to me.
The hand seemed a good place. Nobody wanted it here. And so the design work.
So see, he said the hand, I just want to point this out and let it play out. I don't want to keep stopping it, so Salakia. But he said the hand seemed a good place because nobody wanted it here. In other words, you had to be better to put it in your hand before cracking open your skull and putting it in your brain. But now we see where both come into play because the hand will be the more commonly used one. The hand will be the mainstream one where people gonna get this to buy and sell, to open doors, to do all these different things, right? But the head gonna be the main one that's gonna have those real miracles, real powers to make a blind person see, to make a crippled person walk, so on and so forth, to make you smarter. That's gonna give those meta world like they want to get, how we gonna be in the kingdom. That's gonna take them to the next level. That's what's gonna get people to buy in. So the main one for the hand will be the device to be used for financials, to buy and sell your social credit score, your financial ID. I mean, not financial ID, your social ID. But the head will be the one that's gonna bring those miracles, man. That's gonna have the world wooed by these things they're gonna show here in these last days. But let's play it.
Everything couldn't bother anybody else on the team. The hand seemed a good place. Nobody wanted it here. And so the design work, everything was completed. The microchip was done. You're seeing it now on some of the Discovery Channel presentations. There are people who have received it already. It is real. It's not something that's coming way down the road.
It's real.
Gave me a Bible. They told me not to read the book of Revelation. They said the book of Revelation is too hard to understand. So I waited, and I didn't read the book of Revelation for quite some time. Then one day I came to Revelation 13, verse 16. And he caused us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. I didn't like
So
what
right
I
there,
saw.
real quick,
I went,
that's what the brother just read in that article. With the Federal Reserve becoming the dictatorial overlord, all right, that's how they're going to cause all right? So it looks like the Federal Reserve still going to have control, under the IMF and the BIS, which the IMF is the International Monetary Fund, and the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements, they call that the central bank of central banks.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like, according to this article, that the Fed is still going to reserve status. All right. So that's going to be interesting for me to see, because of all of the BRICS and stuff that's going on. But we do know also that the BRICS nations are also, they have cryptocurrency set up. China might have been the forerunner of this shit after America, or about the same time as America. So we know China is big on the crypto or the digital currency, and Russia has its digital currency.
That's
And
right.
so those are the two main front runners of BRICS. And so, right, what's going to be the controlling factor of these digital currencies? And I'm guessing from that article that that's going to be the Federal Reserve still. But right, the point is they saying that, yeah, dictatorial meaning they about to start speaking as a dragon.
That's right.
So right now you have options. You still have, although small, you have options. But when this thing really kicks in full gear, there will not be an option. And that's why, as Esau just read, he appears to be Esau, I'm not sure. But as the man just read, he causeth all. And as the brother Karab Bar stated, he's not going to put a gun to your head to make you get it. He's going to put a system in place to where either to be a part of this system, you're going to have to get down with the program or completely be ostracized. And guess what? They got the concentration camps and the re-education centers already ready for you, for
That's
those
right.
who don't want it. And it ain't going to be as simple as you just going to sit out some time and they feeding you and all of this and taking, like, doing a bid. No, they going to take, a lot of people going to get their heads chopped off or be put under severe torture, and the ones that get their heads cut off will have their organs harvested.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So they'll be a part of the system anyway, but on the other end, the Lord is going to look out for his elect. That's where we started off, Revelation 3:10. The Lord said, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. All right. And what the Lord was saying is through the Spirit, I'm going to hold you up. Through the Spirit, I'm going, well, like we say, hold you down, but the Lord is going to be there, just like it spoke about in the Garden of Gethsemane. The angels came to minister to Yahushua because he was in heavy torment in the soul. So the Lord is going, some way, somehow, he's going to minister unto the hopeful elect so that they don't sell out. It's going to take the Lord stepping in, divinely stepping in for a person not to get that chip. And if you haven't been doing anything for the Lord, don't expect him to step in and do anything for you.
That's right.
All right, because you see, we doing the work, and I'm hopeful. That's why we say the hopeful elect. But at the end of the day, I don't know 100% the Lord's gonna hold me down. Cause I can sit here and say what I am and ain't gonna do all day long. I ain't gonna take that. I ain't doing that. Or fuck them. And I ain't. But you put in that situation, you in that room alone with these crackers and these diabolical, you know, like on the scene from Hostel. For those of you who know the movie, you know, or may not know the movie, there's a movie about the people paying to go and torture people, you know? So you in a room by yourself with this diabolical looking motherfucker in the lab coat, and you see all them shiny, sharp ass tools and drills and shit, you might change your mind. You know, the Lord is gonna have to step in.
That's right.
It ain't just as easy as saying, oh yeah, I ain't doing that. If that was the case, it wouldn't be an hour of temptation.
Mm-hmm.
But you can go ahead. I didn't want to stop the flow.
Now, that's Zaquan, that's spot on. That's why Yahweh Shah had to say, I will keep you from the hour of temptation. So even the elect, although the elect,
For the elect, that's right.
Now you got it, you got it.
No, go ahead, brother.
Now, about to say, even the elect, although they destined to be saved, even them in that time, they ain't gonna better keep themselves from that time. They gonna need assistance.
Exactly.
It's like Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, or Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Although they had the faith before they were stoned, and
Right,
that's what they
bold.
said.
They went into the situation bold.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't 100% know, but they was ready to die.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you got to be. If you ready to die, stand up for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, then he'll stand up for you.
That's
you
right.
know, if the Lord will, if it's his will. But yeah, you brought up, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. But hey, look, they was bold, right, Zaquan? Going into that time, they kept the faith. Even look, Nebuchadnezzar gave him a second chance, and they still denied him after that. And they said, "Our God gonna save us." But even if he don't, we still ain't gonna bow down. Hey, come on, man. Hey, the point is they was bold. So because of their boldness or keeping their patience, guess who was there with them in the fire? Yahweh Shai.
That's
man.
right.
The spirit of Yahweh Shai. So Revelation 3 and 10, Lord willing, we have to get that, for the comfort of us in these times, seeing these things that was created and being revealed in our time. The MOTB is coming. If we keep our patience and our confidence in the Lord, this boldness, even in the time we coming in, he gonna keep us away from that hour of temptation. Because look, even that was their hour of temptation. Because Nebuchadnezzar said, look, I'm gonna give you, he said, I'm gonna let you this same hour if you're gonna hear the flute again. So he gave him an hour. So spiritually speaking, that was the hour of temptation. You got it.
That's it. No, that's it. Hey, go ahead, brother.
No, that's it. That's it.
Well, I got Hebrews 4:16. It says, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy. All right, and find grace to help in the time of need. You see? And if you ain't been spending no time with the Lord, getting to know the Lord, getting in his word, learning his word, getting to know his word and understand his word, there's no way you can come boldly to the throne. So yeah, I go ahead.
That's it. So we'll hop back into the video. And again, I try to speed it up. I just speeded up the speed on the video. So if it's too fast, I slow it back down. But again, what we going into, for those who just tuned in, this is one of the inventors of this MOTB. And again, before he even read the Bible, became a Christian, him and his people got together and created this device. And they found out the best place to put it in a body that's going to keep the lithium battery going and keep this device charged in the body. The two places that after they did research, spending thousands, millions of dollars in hundreds of, I'm sure, thousands of hours, they found out the two best places. And I mind you, this was 1966, as he said. The two places they found was the forehead and the hand. There's somewhere in the Bible that's written before 1966, just to show the Lord word is playing out. We get into the time these other camps, you ain't gonna better say it's sin. Yeah, it's an embargo. Right. Come on, man. The Lord word is speaking.
That's right.
Let's listen to him.
I went back and looked up the word mark. I went to the Strong's Concordance, and I didn't read the book of Revelation for quite some time. Then one day I came to Revelation 13.
And I mind you, it's sped it up. So if y'all in the chat, if it's a little too fast for some of y'all, let me know and I'll slow it down, you know. But I kind of want to get through it because we got some more vids we want to play.
Verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. I didn't like what I saw. I went back and looked up the word mark. I went to the Strong's Concordance, and I found that John had used 3 words for the word mark: charagma, characater, and charax. That was from the Greek. I looked at those words. They talked about a scratch or an etching. They talked about a lot of things. And I said, God, this isn't it. We didn't do it. He said, go to the word for 666. The word is chixastigma. In the Greek, it says to go to 4742 as a cross, the last half of the word chixastigma. And when I looked at what it says stizo, i.e. to stick, to prick, a mark incised or punched into for recognition of ownership. I thought about the little injection tool. The end of it is called an incisor. I began to weep and I began to cry. And I said, oh God, what have we done?
So the point, what he getting to now, and again, if you're just coming in, he said a whole lot of, before we got to this point. So Baba Kashab, go back and watch it. But he's saying after he created all this, right, he went back and actually, that's when he finally read the scripture, because he didn't know about no Christianity or this even being in the Bible. But he went read it and he went to the Strong's definition, and come to find out this word or this prophecy had 3 main definitions for it: chi, psi, stigma. And he realized that all these things are the definition on what these definitions mean. That's what's in the same device he created. The charagma, that's the actual C-hip. The charax, that's the device, the sharp device they use to push in you, man. But he's going until he's realizing everything he created. Once he read it and went into the definitions and researched it, he realized, now he coming to the realization that, damn, what I took part in creating, that's the MOTB.
That's it.
That's the MOTB.
That's right.
Come on, man. Bishop Nate, come on, man. Brothers having dreams. Hey, the MOTB is here. Let's go.
Definitely.
Back.
I thought about the little injection tool. The end of it is called an incisor.
You got something going?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, Con. Just a quick example. I do want to show this for example, like Charax, right? Charax, when you go into that word Charax in the blue letter, I just want to show this for those who might not know. Let's go to Revelation 13 and show how specific the Lord is, because the words they used back then are terminologies. They didn't have the same lingo or terminology we have today, but they gave it the best description they could. Now, what I want to get, this Revelation 13 and 16. And he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right, I read 17 to put it together. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So in prophecy, the same 2 places that Carl Sanders said in 1966, they found out the best place to put in a body. This was written in roughly 90 AD, thousands of years before 1966. But just to get this word mark, I want to show you, even in the separate definitions, you got charagma, which charagma is the actual C-hip. This was going to be put into people, an imprinted mark. Then you go to the root word. This is the blue letter I'm in. You go to the root word, and the root word is what? G5482 charax. And what's the definition? It says palisade. Palisade. Mm-hmm. And to show you how specific the Lord is. It's how specific the Lord is. This is the root word. So he gave you charagma, which is the device. And the root word to put this charagma in you, right? The root word to put this charagma in you is charax. That's the device. Now, let's look up palisade. Now, if I just type in palisade, it's going to give the call. You know, the call, the palisade call. We ain't looking for that, so I'm going to have to type in palisade fence. Right? Now, let's look up a palisade fence, because remember, in the blue letter for the root word of charagma is charax, which the definition of charax is palisade. Now, we're looking up palisade to see what is that. Now, when we look at how a palisade is shaped, you will mainly see this. Like the best way I can say it is like a medieval fence. You see that? You know, the medieval fences back then, like a pencil, a sharpened pencil, right? We see a sharpened pencil. You see the body and the top is sharp. Now, when we type in RFID chip, we know it's the C here, which is the charagma, but what's the device used to put this in you? What do it look like? Let me get a good one. Let's see. Let's see. What's a good one? What a palisade at? Right here. But I want it to the side. Let's see. All right, let's go to this one. Nah, that ain't a good one. Let's go to this one right here. Palisade. Because this is a tool used to put in people. Right? So I'm gonna blow that up. I want a better one though. But we all know the device that's used to put this little sharp device right here. Now I'm gonna blow that up real quick. I won't be long with this. I'm gonna put this to the right. I want to drag this over, put this to the left. Now look at this. So the word, the root word in the blue letter for charagma. Charagma is the actual micro C here. And the root word is charax, which is, it says a palisade, which is a type of fence like this. The body is like a cylinder and the top is pointish. And what's the device used to put the actual C in people? Again, it looks just like a palisade. You see the body right here? The body like a cylinder and the top is to push that charagma in you, man. So even down to the definition is describing what we seeing put on mainstream media today. So Salaki for being long with it, but I just want to put it out there like this is what this man describing after he found out what he created.
That's right.
A mark incised or punched into for recognition of ownership. I thought about the little injection tool. The end of it is 42 as a cross. The last half of the word Chixistigma. And when I looked at what it said, it says stizo, i.e. to stick, to prick, a mark incised or punched into for recognition of ownership. I thought about the little injection tool. The end of it is called an incisor. I began to weep and I began to cry and I said, oh God, what have we done? I couldn't believe that this lined up with what we had developed. And I began to run from God. I didn't run away from the church. I ran into the church. I tried to do as many things as I could to atone for this.
Speaking of running to the church, he gonna laugh at me for this one. But shalom to the buddy Yakani, how about you, my shy brakatah? Hey, but I want to get this precept because this is what we said. Psalm 64:8. So shall they make their own tongue. This is the brother strive for masteries. So shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away. So this is why we can go, because you know a lot of people say, well, y'all always talk about Esau the wicked. He always lying and can't be trusted. Well, why y'all go to him to listen to him for end time prophecy? Well, because in prophecy, the Lord said that these people who was in these meetings, who took part in these councils and bringing these things forth, they was going to eventually come out and lay everything that they was hearing in these meetings out on the forefront. You see? So we finding out the secrets. But let's go back. You got something?
No.
Come.
But I want to tell you something. As God is my witness here tonight, this got in the way. Money got in the way. I had beautiful homes overlooking the lake. I had all the things that I wanted. And I ran because of the money. My ability to go and get $250,000 in research money took me away from telling the message. I ran for many years. What I want to tell you is that this is real. The microchip implant is real. Credit cards are failing. They can be counterfeited. The new smart card can be counterfeited. They can be stolen. They can be lost. All kinds of things can happen to a card. But you cannot lose your hand. Very quickly, they're going to move to this being in the hand. And I tell you, as a Christian, you cannot take this. No matter what anybody says, God's word says you cannot take it. No matter what they try to talk you into, God's word says don't take it. In Revelation 14, verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Now I'm gonna stop it right there because I'm we be going. You don't realize how long we be going. We already pretty much an hour into it. Now I'm gonna throw this video in the chat so Baba Kashah, Akim Akwaf, check it out at your leisure because he said some good stuff. Just to show these things that the Lord has said was already in the plans before people who took part in creating was even born, man. To show you nobody can turn back from what's about to happen or go down in the earth. So look, I'm gonna post this in the chat for brothers, out there to check out, at your leisure when y'all able to, but we gonna kind of move on. Azaquan, do you have anything you want to add on as far as concerning him? And then we'll move on to kind of going into the deceptive miracles. Now we see this device was created, but now they're gonna get the people and bind in because of the miracles, the false miracles, and the powers that they're gonna show, which is gonna lead to a lot of people destruction, man. But before we move on, Zaquan, you got something?
No, brother, you good.
Okay, Con. So yeah, we'll go ahead and play this one real quick. Now it says how Neuralink can change humanity forever. I'm gonna play like a minute or two of this one, and I'll play this one, right? So this is the miracles that they're gonna try to use.
On vacation in a small village in France, but don't speak a word of French. Imagine if you could download a program into your brain and converse with locals. And what if you could later remember that trip in perfect detail?
In the future, you will be able to save and replay memories. This is obviously sounding increasingly like a Black Mirror episode.
Elon Musk says you will even be able to store your memories as a backup and then download them into a robot body. It sounds like science fiction, but Neuralink believes it could make that happen one day with this chip. It's a brain-machine interface, or BMI, a device that connects your brain to a computer. But before chasing these superhuman goals, Neuralink is focused on one thing: ending human suffering.
And you see how they try to put it, yeah, we faced on ending human suffering. They got the little heartfelt music in the back to tinkle, to play the strings on your heart. You see it to get you to buy in. So it sound good. Now we're moving into the segment. It sound good. These things will sound good. They're gonna seem convenient. That if they here to help you, get you by in society, and especially in the times that they're gonna reveal it. Life about to get hard for everybody. This is gonna be the solution to the emergency, the solution to the event that's gonna take place, that's gonna reshape everybody's lives. This is gonna be the way out, and it's gonna seem convenient. It's gonna seem like it's of the Most High. But it's not, man. That's what a deception go come into. But you got this, Quan, if you got something.
No, go ahead.
Okay, Con.
All of our senses, sight, hearing, touch, smell, taste, are electrical signals sent by neurons to our brain. But sometimes the signals are not wired correctly. Neuralink wants to rewire the circuit so that the paralyzed walk, the blind see, the deaf hear, as well as treat other neurological disorders such as depression, insomnia, Alzheimer's.
You see, make blind people see, people walk. Is here to help the world, right?
Battery lasts a full day and can be charged inductively as you sleep, possibly by wearing a nightcap, according to Musk, although it may not look exactly like this one. The prototype is different than 2019.
I'm gonna pause that one. I ain't gonna go back to that one. I'm gonna play this one. It says, here's how Neuralink will change the world.
Elon Musk's Neuralink has received the green light from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for its human trial.
Have you ever wondered what the world would look like if our brains could directly connect to technology? Imagine a future where our thoughts become the controller.
Now, if you don't mind, Zaquan, I want to read a quick precept real quick.
Yeah. Take your time, bro.
Because it's the time we're coming into this, Matthew 24. And again, so we seen the inventor of this device talking, and he telling you himself, this real. When he created it, they didn't know this was in the Bible, but lo and behold, they did exactly what the Lord wanted them to. So now I'm seeing this device is in the world and in our time is being put on mainstream media, not just the right hand and the left hand no more, now also including the head. So now that they're putting this technology on the forefront, we got AI, right? We got 5G, 6G. so on and so forth. The C-hips. This is the time we coming into to where life gonna get hard and the technology gonna seem like the savior. This is Matthew 24 and verse 24. It says, "For there shall arise false Mashiach and false prophets." It ain't gotta just be the Messiah. Anybody who coming as if they got the answer or help. It says, and shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, right, they shall deceive the very elect. So we about to see a lot of signs and wonders go on in the world. Project Bluebeam, different things is gonna happen that's gonna deceive a lot of people, so much so that if it was possible, it might get some of the elect. Because a lot of things might be questionable in the times we coming in. CGI, AI, right? Come on, man. This is gonna be the answer. When the lights go off, what's gonna be the answer? The technology that he got. Buying and selling. So we see the way that life is going. He gonna force people to buy in, man. But it's not gonna be to your benefit at the end of the day. It's gonna backfire on the people, man. See? I did have I'll wait. I'll wait. I had another one. I'll wait though. Let's play a little bit more of this one. Let's play this one. So these videos that we're about to play will go into the so-called benefits of a Neuralink.
Replacing keyboards and touchscreens with complete control over gadgets. That's what Neuralink promises to do. By the end of this video, you will discover how Neuralink plans to change the world. Let's start. What exactly is Neuralink? Neuralink is an innovative neurotechnology company that is at the forefront of creating a brain-computer interface with incredible potential. Their primary goal is to develop a highly advanced implantable device called the Link, which acts as a bridge between the human brain and computers. Imagine being able to control computers, machines, or even your surroundings with just your thoughts. Neuralink's vision is to make this a reality by allowing the human brain to communicate directly with external devices, opening up a world of possibilities. Launched in 2016 by Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, along with Brian Johnson, an entrepreneur and owner of the NBA's Sacramento Kings. Together, they're driving the vision of merging the human brain with advanced technology for a better future. The main concept behind Neuralink is to ensure that if AI becomes too dominant, it doesn't pose a threat to society. The Link is a coin-sized brain chip, and it's the key component of Neuralink's BCI. Surgically embedded beneath the skull, this chip connects to the brain through an intricate network of thin, flexible threads, equipped with 1,024 electrodes.
And to show you that they're even able to do this and go this far in research and surgery, touching the brain and veins and nerves, that's to show you this gotta be of the Most High, man. To even give this man the wisdom to go this far, this gotta be of the Most High.
God.
How does Neuralink work? Neuralink's technology works like...
So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Again, we short on time. So I'm again, as we know, I'm gonna throw this in the chat so y'all can check it out. So that's what Neuralink is. And you see this little, where's that on the screen? This little, because it said in the forehead. Now again, people
Most
like
people
to get
have
simple,
no clue that in 20
people like to get simple and say, "What you gonna have like a little Uzi Vert, a chip on your forehead?" No, man. Let's again. When they say your forehead, don't mean you gotta have a tattoo or a chip right on your forehead. Because this is the front of your brain right here, for an example. Now, if you're looking at somebody, what's in between? Because when you go into forehead, in the blue letter, it's metapon, and it says the space between your eyes. Now, what's the space between your eyes? What you see first? Skin. Skin. Then what's behind skin? A skull. What's behind the skull? The brain. That's where the C-hip is going, in the middle of the brain. You see?
Number 1.
This is the first benefit, is mobility function. And we might not play it all. Again, we've been going for a minute. So I'm going to kind of read out the things. You got mobility function. This is what it's going to be able to help. If a person is crippled, you can walk again. The second one will be sensory visual function. If you was blind, you can see again. The third one enhances communication. If you couldn't speak, you can talk now. What is it gonna be through a robot, through a voice, a speaker? You could talk now though. The fourth one is disease prediction and treatment. Before you get sick, if you get the C-hip in your brain, it's gonna let you know weeks ahead before you get sick, so you can treat it. Before you get a certain disease, you already know. And the fifth one is enhances cognitive abilities. And what they gonna go into, you gonna be smarter. You gonna become a computer. It's gonna be no more need for Google, right? You gonna become, in other words, Esau trying to make it to where what we go be in the kingdom, he wanna make people like that now through his technology. You see? So these are the so-called benefits of this C-hip that's gonna get the people swayed by it, man. But again, it's gonna lead to their destruction.
Mobility function. Neuralink's brain-computer interfaces have incredible potential. One of the ways it can be used is to restore mobility for people with paralysis or amputations. By connecting the brain to prosthetics or exoskeletons, they could regain some level of movement and independence. This gives them a way to control their bodies using just their thoughts. Number 2, sensory and visual function. Neuralink's potential goes even beyond restoring mobility. It could offer hope to those with visual impairments as well. For people who have retinal injury or blindness due to eye injury, Neuralink aims to create a visual prosthesis. They can connect the camera directly to the visual cortex in the brain. Then, using thousands or
2 Florida elementary school teachers won a combined 9 lottery jackpots in the last year using a quick number test. And no.
or maybe even tens of thousands of tiny electrodes, they could stimulate the brain to recreate a visual image. It's similar to watching a movie directly in your mind. Imagine the possibilities. Being able to see again, even after losing vision. It could truly be life-changing for those who have been living in darkness. Number 3, it enhances communication. It can help people who can't speak or write by giving them a voice through technology. With Neuralink's brain-computer interface, they could control a virtual mouse or keyboard using just their thoughts. This means they can type messages or surf the web without needing to use their hands. For someone with paraplegia, this technology could be a game changer. They could express themselves, create digital art, and communicate with others using speech or text synthesis. Think about how hard it is to put our thoughts into words sometimes. With Neuralink, it might become much easier to express ourselves. Instead of struggling to find the right words, we could send our true thoughts directly to others. Number 4, disease prediction and treatment. Neuralink's brain-computer interfaces promise to do even more. By keeping an eye on brain activity, they might help detect and treat various neurological conditions. Imagine living in a world where we can predict diseases before they even happen. With these brain-computer devices, we won't just be reading electrical signals, we'll also be able to detect chemical cues in the brain. They could spot changes in brain activity that might indicate epilepsy, bipolar disorder, obsessive-compulsive disorder, Alzheimer's, or Parkinson's disease. Not just that, they could also monitor mental health symptoms. So if someone is experiencing burnout, fatigue, anxiety, or depression, Neuralink could step in and help. Number 5, it enhances cognitive abilities. Neuralink's brain-computer tech isn't just about fixing problems. It could also level up our brain power. It has the potential to boost our focus, memory, and attention by letting us train our brains with real-time biofeedback and other cool techniques. It's similar to having a personal brain coach right in your head, guiding you to becoming sharper and more focused. Imagine being able to improve your memory or concentration just by using this brain-computer interface. Elon Musk, the brain behind Neuralink, compares it to a Fitbit in your skull, with all the sensors you'd find in a smartwatch. So, just like how a Fitbit tracks your physical health, this link could help us monitor and improve our mental fitness. Number 6, AI symbiosis.
And this is the last one, AI symbiosis. We're gonna move on. But so we see all the benefits that go come with, man. Right? You got one, you can see if you couldn't see, you can walk if you couldn't walk, you can talk if you couldn't talk. It's gonna make you smarter, it's gonna be able to detect diseases before you can find out. And as far as making you smarter, anything you would have put on Google, all you got to do is think it and you're gonna have the answer. So now AI symbiosis, AI gonna be tied to you as well.
Elon Musk brings up a crucial point about our future with AI. As a species, we need to find a way to coexist with advanced artificial.
So look, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna throw this one in the chat, because even after this lesson, he was gonna go into how although it sound good, it do got some side effects to it. At the end of those old commercials, they'll tell you the side effects and they'll start speaking super fast in them so you can't understand what they're saying. So again, it sound good, just like in the scriptures. When John the Revelator seen the whore that sat on the beast, he described her, she looked good, so on and so forth. And the angel said, what you marveling for? Why you marveling at this woman? Because in other words, she look attractive. And who's the whore that's on the beast? That's America. America look attractive. So symbolically speaking, with John seen, it was attractive woman on the beast, but he was told by the angel, why is you marveling over this woman? She's a hoe. She's dirty. She filthy. She wicked. Symbolically speaking, so in this time when America was going to become a nation, although it seemed good over here, the land that flowed for milk and honey, the streets paved with gold, the land of opportunity, the land of the free, you see, so on and so forth. But when you get here, you see it's filthy. It's not for the people. It's not for us. You see? So on and so forth. It's full of wickedness. That's the same thing with this here, like Apostle Paul said. Even Satan, him and his servants transformed himself into the angel of light. That's what Esau doing with this technology. He's making it seem like it's going he making it seem like it's going to benefit you, but it's going to benefit you in his world. It's not going to benefit you in a bigger picture in the Most High scheme. You got as a Zaquan.
Yeah. No. Strive for the Mastery is 144. He said, well, he put the term out there, sensationalism, because they got to sell it, and, right. So you put a positive spin on it, something you want to sell, and you don't tell the negative. So, yeah. And, right. That picture, could you put that picture back real quick? They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and that's from the infamous picture. It's something to do with Adam.
Oh yeah, I got you.
The finger. Yeah. If you could find that, I forget the name of that. Where you have, yep.
It's called the creation of Adam.
Creation of Adam, the water. You see? And that's showing you that's Esau wanting to play God. Or basically setting the AI up. So that's the picture right there with the false Edomite God and the fake ass Adam, because we know from Job 9:23 that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked and that he covered the faces of the judges thereof. All right? That's the head judge, the Heavenly Father, and then Adam was put as judge over the earth. And they got him as what? They got him pictured as Edomites. Now, when you go back to that picture you had, because a picture's worth 1,000 words. And you see, you got the AI at the top through Esau, and then half of the brain is digitalized, and then the other half, which is in the red, all right, the digital side is in the blue, and you look at the other side where man's finger is, and it's red. So, yeah, they saying that AI is going to be your God. Okay? And you're going to become half cyborg, half human. And this has been their plan from the beginning. Don't forget that this man fancies himself as a God. Okay? But he needs this shit. As you said something heavy, because you said in his world. And that's what they want to do. They want to bring you into their world where they are God. In the natural world, they ain't shit. In the spiritual world, they're less than shit. But they bring you into this cyber world and they, they can play God. And this is where they want to go. This is where they always wanted to go. Okay? They want to be gods over you. They still upset and ass hurt that first of all, their forefather Cain fucked up and gave them their mark, which is leprosy. This is why they are, the pale men and women of the earth. They call themselves white. They're actually translucent. All right, and you can see their blood through their skin, which gives them a pinkish to a red hue. All right. So yeah, they want to play God. But go ahead.
Hey, check this out, Zaquan. So I know this spot is out here in Houston. Cause what you talking about, it remind me of this, you know how they got out here in Houston a lot of walls with murals painted, right?
Yeah, right.
Over there, kind of, get a location, but kind of where we be at after camp. And like it got a lot of paintings on walls. Now, it's one of them. I remember me and Shamal about 4 or 5 years ago, we did a video in front of it going into the MOTB and how Esau want man to become part of machine or machine to become part of man. And then what you saying, the creation of God picture with Adam right here, Esau, in his NWO, his creation, he want man to be enjoying with machine. Now, I looked it up on a map real quick. Now check it out. Now you can see this downtown Houston. Now look at this. So it's a paint. Now I know it's close to where I be at and shit. Now look at this. Look on the paint. What it show? What that is?
See?
Man and machine.
They letting you know.
Man and machine. You got it.
Yeah, they letting you know that they want the AI to be your overlord. And then this is why they need to get this micro CHIP in you, because until you do, this AI and technology and shit doesn't have any profound effects on you. They can't force you to do things. Once you put that chip in you, they pretty much can remote control you. You'd be a literal robot, all right? And that's not our power, all right? If that's what they want to do, let them do that to the Most High, take them out of the way. That's not our power. Our power is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And the spirituality that he gave us, which 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans cast to the side, or just totally throw it away altogether because you don't want to be bothered.
Right.
All right, you rather be a nigga, because being a nigga is easy. You don't want to put off that nigga and come into being a real man, or if you're female, a real woman, because that requires responsibility. See, this is shit. Oh, yeah, let the computers do it. Let the microchip do it. That lazy type of mindset and spirit is going to get a lot of you niggas destroyed, because that's not our power. Esau is trying to preempt the Most High. And I'm going to say this before I give it back to you, that that's wicked as fuck. Because if somebody came into this world fucked up, they can't see, they can't walk, who you think did it? All right, the Most High put them in the earth like that. So for you to say, well, I can fix you, that's to say, fuck what the Most High talking about.
Right.
Come on here, let me give you some sight. You can't see, come on, I'll fix you. Oh, you can't walk, wheel your ass on over here, come on, I'll fix you. Well, you ain't get no feeling in your toes, your Johnson don't work. Come on, we'll fix you up.
Right.
Well, first of all, who put them in that condition, in that predicament? Because the Lord, when he did the miracle for the blind man, they was asking, Lord, who sinned? This man or his parents? Because they understood you come into this world fucked up, there's judgment. All right. And that's what this man has been doing since day one, is trying to circumvent the judgment of the Most High. And again, this is all smoke and mirrors because he ain't giving you none of this shit. This is how he promotes it. He not gonna give you superhuman abilities. He not, if your ass can't walk, you just gonna be in the 15-minute city in your wheelchair. It might be motorized, you might still be wheeling that motherfucker, but he ain't giving you none of this shit. He wanted to get this MOTB in you for complete and utter control. Okay? And this devil, this is all he do. And if I could read this real quick, he thinks, you know, because he got to, again, as he saw the ultimate salesman, he got to make it sound good. But y'all ain't getting none of this shit. What you gonna get is boils, sores, cancers, and a whole host of other shit that you don't want.
Man.
That's what you gonna get. You ain't getting superhuman, because the Most High offered you niggas that. And y'all turned it down. And it's through his son, Yahushua. But oh no, let me trust in the computer. Let me trust in a microchip. And you don't want to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You deserve every goddamn thing that the Most High is gonna bring on your motherfucking ass. Now, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, verse 1. It says, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus said the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. Who is the prince of Tyrus today? Esau Edom. Your elite overlords. This is who this is talking about. All right? Thus said the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up. Oh, Salaki, let me go back. Verse 2, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus said the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man. And this is what the Lord is about to show him. Because he's lifted up with pride right now. He really feeling himself. All right? And he thinks he's sitting in the seat of the Most High. It says, yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. So then the pictures, again, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And they're showing you right there. All right, they can't do it themselves, but they can do it through their technology, and that's what they're showing. All right, AI, robotics, transhumanism, and all of this shit is what they have to do. All you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans need to do is pick up your Bible, read it, and pray to the Most High for faith. That's all you got to do. Instead of making yourself abominable to have some, what you perceive to be some benefits on this side is getting ready to be destroyed.
That's right.
So go ahead, brother.
That's it. Let's see. I wanted to play this real quick, Zaquan, because you mentioned about how they think this getting this MOTB gonna be positive, but it's gonna backfire with the grievous sore. Even
the
in
grievous sores, yep. The boy, pus, and all that. Go ahead, all right, let's get it.
Hey, and then to even prove that when you go into that, man, I'm tempted, but when you go into that definite, I ain't gonna go into it because we already been going a little minute. But when you go into Revelation 16 or 15 with that grievous sore definition, you go into that word grievous, and it takes you back to a word, but it says when your skin be punctured when your skin be punctured. Yep. So going back to when you get this MOTB, your skin gonna have to be punctured, man. The device gonna push this, the Karak's gonna push this Karagma in you.
That's right.
You see? Now I want to play this real quick because he's gonna mention it just because you mentioned it. So hey, I put this video in the chat. We stopped around 10 minutes, 12 minutes. But I advise to listen to the whole vid because he was getting down. But just to back up what you were saying, Zaquan, real quick about that sword.
Con. I can't hear it.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Because you know that lithium battery, he was like, what he bringing up, he was like, questions started coming to him like, what if this lithium battery, what if the chip explode and then the lithium battery be exposed to the interior of the body?
It's toxic. Yeah, that shit is toxic. But go ahead, go ahead.
Yep. Listen to him. Yep.
I knew that research had not been done on the effects of lithium in the body. So I called a doctor at the Boston Medical Center who had been on the project. I said, what would happen if the microchip gets shattered or broken and the lithium is in the body?
I'm going to stop real quick because, again, we played this about the good side. It can make you smarter. You can become like a superhuman. Right. You can know all kind of things. You can come on, man. You can talk, you can see, you can walk, you can do backflips, you can do all kind of shit with this device in you. It's the butt.
Yeah, you do the backflip off the house and shit.
Hey, hold on. I'm in my filing moment right now. Hold on. This is how you gonna be. When you get the MOTB, shout out to Shamala. Hey, Shamala, if you watch it, brother, y'all watch it. If you get the MOTB, this how look again, how they push it out. This how your life gonna change. This how you gonna feel in the spirit. Hey, look, Zaquan, this how I think when Peter and John healed the man at the gate called Beautiful. When we say he leaped up, started jumping. This how it was, right?
Come on, brother.
They pushing it out like when you get this how you gonna be. But now after this video, we're gonna go into the side effects of getting this device. But this how you gonna be when you get it. Look, if you ain't walked before, you gonna walk now. If you ain't danced before, you gonna dance now.
Yep.
Will you get this device? So listen to him.
He said you would at the Boston Medical Center who had been on the project. I said, what would happen if the microchip gets shattered or broken and the lithium is in the body? He said you would get a sore. He said you would get a sore like a boil.
Let me play it back. That's what the scriptures say. A sore like a boil.
What would happen if the microchip gets shattered or broken and the lithium is in the body? So I called a doctor at the Boston Medical Center who had been on the project. I said, what would happen if the microchip gets shattered or broken and the lithium is in the body? He said you would get a sore. He said you would get a sore like a boil. I said, what kind of sore like a boil? And I was writing all the time. He said you'd get a grievous sore. It would not heal. I was looking at Revelation 16:2 a short time after that. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore.
A grievous sore.
Upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. This is a single sore. Will God caused the microchip to be shattered in all those people that receive it? I don't know. I just think it's very unusual that there would be a sore that would be one sore, not many sores.
After they decide, like they realize, like if this device do bust with this lithium battery, it's gonna be a sore that these people gonna regret. The same thing the Bible said thousands of years before these men even designed this device. And even before they designed the device or even thought about this, before the war was created, before John seen it in 90-something AD, it was already planned. It's not just planned out. Come on, hey, Bishop Nate, all these other camps, y'all gonna have to explain to your congregation because these things are speaking in the earth, man.
Right.
If I may, Zaquan, I'm gonna get a quick precept, and I want to play this last video, little quick video, Alex Russo. Or Aaron Russo, and then that's pretty much it, you know. But hey, man, these things are important because we're getting it from the people mouths themselves who was involved in the creation of bringing this prophecy to pass, man. Real quick, a lot of people go get deceived by this, but real quick, the 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse man. I'm gonna start at 3. I'm gonna read fast. I'm gonna start at 3 and get to the point. Verse 3, it says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day," what's the day? The day of Yahweh Shai. If you read verse 1 and 2. So it says, "For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first," which that happened. We fell away from who we were. We came back to who we are as a people in captivity. Scratch that off the list. You see? So scratch that off the list. You
No,
you got it.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's beautiful. Go ahead.
Yep. So Paul giving two things right here that gotta happen before Yahweh Shai could come. One of them, we had to fall away, but we fell away and we coming back. So scratch that one off the list. What's the next one?
So what was Paul doing right there, though, real quick? What was he doing? He was prophesying. All right? Because you got niggas don't want to accept Paul, but Paul was a prophet. So, you know, regardless of whatever you got against Paul, the prophecy stand true. If you a man of the truth, why you ain't rolling with the truth? Paul spoke the truth, regardless of how you feel about it. He spoke the truth. But, you know, that's another lesson. Go ahead,
Con. So it says, so this is the other thing that gotta happen before Yahweh Shai can come back. It says that they'll come a falling away first. It says, and, right? And, so like I was trying to buy time to find out where I was. Here we go. It says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So that's the second thing that gotta happen before Yahweh Shai could come back. We had to fall away from who we were as Israelites. And the second thing, the man of sin, the son of destruction, the one who's gonna bring destruction, the one who will be casted out, he got to be exposed. That's happening right now in our time.
That's right.
So from here on down, what we about to read, Paul is about to give little nuggets or gems about this man of sin, because Paul knew back then, but it wasn't his time to be revealed. So Paul about to give signs on what we can look at to point to how we know when it's the exact time the man of sin being revealed. And I mind you, it's the time we're talking about now, because it's the same man who want to put this device in the people, man. That's the time we're living in.
That's right.
It says, verse 4, who's the who? The man of sin, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. So just like Paul threw out two things that gotta happen before we can get out of here, we can throw out two things. That day of Yahweh Shai cannot come except the MOTB be mandated first and World War III happen. Because Jacob's trouble will be going on in the midst of that, man. So let's read about Paul speaking about Esau, Edom. So it says, who, verse 4, the man of sin, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped.
Real quick, you know, we read about that just now in Ezekiel 28. That's this is his mindset, all right? He's going to oppose everything that the Most High created and put into existence. He's going to oppose it and do his own thing. Go ahead, Doc.
That's it. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
You want to speak on it?
He's actually sitting in the harlot houses, all right? He's not in the temple, because I think you had quoted this earlier. No, you read it about they shall, basically that they can't deceive. Well, if it was at all possible that they would deceive the very elect, but they can't. So they're showing you, because we are the temple, the true temple, with the believers are the true temple. So he's not in the true temple. He's in the harlot houses, all right, and having everyone deceived, except the true believers. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, showing himself that he is the Most High. Verse 5. It says, this Apostle Paul, he says, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things. Because again, you got a picture of Paul writing a letter, but he was telling the brothers, look, I can remember when I was with y'all. Remember when I came down there last time when I came visit y'all, I was breaking this down to y'all as we was, sipping yayan and eating. I was telling y'all about this man, the wicked one. So it says, remember ye not that when I'm extrapolating, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. Verse 6, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he, who's the he? The man of wickedness, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, that he might be revealed in his time. And now is the time.
Right. Denoting, right, exactly. Denoting that wasn't the time. This is the time.
You
So
got
that's
something?
Paul prophesying. Go ahead up.
Kind of real quick. This is Job 21 and 28. Just going to that time of the wicked being called out and judged. Job 21 and 28. It says, for ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where is the dwelling places of the wicked? Hey, the prince is the one who knows to rule, right? And the wicked, and now in our time, the wicked is the one, are the ones who ruling. So the scripture is going to say this, verse 29. Have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens? What tokens? Of the destiny of the wicked. Verse 30. It says that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. And that's what we at now. We at the day that he's finally been exposed. And verse 31 says, and who shall declare his way to his face? That's the prophets. Shit, hey, the elder Tazapah and myself, we doing it now. We declaring Esau way to his face, telling him his plans and what's going to happen eventually. And it says, who shall repay him what he have done? That's Yahweh Shai, the one that with dyed garments that will come from Edom. You see, but now is the time this man is being revealed, man. Can I finish out the Second Thessalonians, and we could end it off with the Aaron Russo if you ain't got nothing else. But Second Thessalonians 2 and 6, it says, and now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Because back then, when Paul was saying this, you got it, Zaquan.
Okay, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, get out.
No, I was just saying, back then when Paul was writing this, who was ruling? The same wicked that's ruling today, the Edomite. But back then they was being called Romans. The Roman Empire was in rulership. So it was by way specifically of the Herodian dynasty. Started with Antipater the Idumean. But they was already doing their wickedness back then. But think about it. If Paul would have started revealing them now, if Yahweh Shai would have started revealing Esau now, then how will we get to the point of the Renaissance? All the things he did in the French, the British, all the way into America, so on and so forth. Now that he done his wickedness, the Lord got everything being spoken on in our time since he did it. They didn't do everything they had to do yet, man, in that time. But now in the time that the wicked got to be revealed. So it says, verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work in the Roman Empire. It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out the way. And the Most High is the one who let him get by. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. And that's now. Whom the Lord shall. Con, you got it. Go ahead, brother. It says, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, that's the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And this to prove that this wicked we talking about is Esau, because he ain't only going to be consumed by the prophets exposing them, but it says, and shall be destroyed with the brightness of his coming. The only nation who links up with being destroyed at the coming of Yahweh Shai is who? Isaiah 63. Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Isaiah 34. It's going to be a great sacrifice in Edom. So this man of sin, this wicked, got to be the nation of Edom, because this the head nation that's going to be, or was pinpointed to be destroyed at the coming of the Lord, man. Come on.
That's right. Even in the Zondervan Compact, it said that, he was promised no place of repentance, something like that. It said that how Esau figures prominently basically in the last days, and that he would have no place of repentance. I have to paraphrase it, but that's right. Esau's about to be, well, he's gonna go into slavery, then he's gonna be exterminated, like the
I got you right
roaches
here,
that they
Zaquan.
are.
Here,
Yeah.
here you go. I got you right there. There you
What
go.
did it say?
In a
Okay,
and compact.
come. Edom. Go. I read it. It said Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. That's it. As the scene of great future judgments. Then it says, see notably Isaiah 34:5 and 6, Isaiah 63:1, and it says she is the only neighbor. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not giving any promise of mercy from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You see that? No mercy for Edom. So, right, exactly what we're reading and how the brother breaking it down is exactly the 100% truth. So, yeah, the water for that.
So let's wind it down what Apostle Paul said about Edom. It says, and then 2 Thessalonians 2:8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consider. We're gonna play one more video after this, revealing the wicked. Because we got what? We started off with what? The wicked, these Edomites, which he could be Edomite, who knows? But the wicked, they invented a C-hill and found out the best place to put it to keep the lithium battery in this device going was the hand or the forehead. Mainly the right hand, because more people are right-handed. That's what he said. He the inventor, he know better. And that's the same thing prophecy say. It highlights the right hand, but in Revelation 14, it say any hand. Both. You see? So what he's saying is spot on. Then he said they came down, they got everything ready, forehead or hand. Now we see today they pushing it to where it's going to help you out in life. It's going to be a miracle. Revelation 13. That's what's going to get the people to buy in the miracles. You if you was blind, you can see. You if you was crippled, you can walk. If you was fucking can't talk, you can fucking talk now. Excuse my, like the Apostle Ramla, I say my Swahili, but that's what he's doing. You can buy and sell. You ain't got to worry about hackers. All your information on this one device. It seems so good. But even Satan transformed himself into an angel of light. So we see the good parts. But after this, after we finish this Thessalonians, Aaron Russo, and we're going to end it with this, if the Zaquan ain't got none, but Aaron Russo, he go into how he was friends with a Rockefeller. Now we know the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the who else? The Rothschilds. They the ones that rule the world. They the elites. They come up with the ideas for society. And he gonna say when he was close to a Rockefeller, the Rockefeller told him the end goal. The end goal that's gonna allow them to rule all the world. And we gonna see, I'm gonna save it. We gonna see what this was that they was gonna use to captivate all people and to rule the world. But we're going to see what that is. But before we get to that, let's go to 2 Thessalonians. Let's finish this. Because it says 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, Esau Edom, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Who is this that cometh from Edom? Even him, even the wicked, right? Esau Edom, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. Right.
Exactly.
I like the NLT. I like how it got a little ring to it a little bit. The 2 Thessalonians 2:2 in the NLT, because it say the man of lawlessness. It says verse 8, verse 9. It says, this man, right, Esau Edom, this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. Did we not just watch video clippings of a nation of people, mainly a white man as we know him today, giving us different ideas that they got. Shit, not even ideas. They plans are playing out. They got devices and people to make turning people into gods in a way.
Yep.
You see? This is happening. So it would seem as if this is a miracle. Damn, I couldn't see since I was born. Well, now you can see. They think they're Yahweh. Damn, I couldn't walk. Well, now you can walk. Get this thing in your brain. Now you can walk. It's fake miracles, though. It's not real. Because look, even if you get this device, you may be able to do those things for a short season of time. But guess what? When the Lord comes, you got to be destroyed now, man. You see?
Yep.
So it's false miracles. It says, verse 10, he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction because they refuse to love and accept the truth that will save them. We got to read that again. 2 Thessalonians 2:9 and verse 10 in the NLT. This man, which is the wicked Esau, will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power, fake power, and signs and miracles by the way of his technology. He will use every kind of evil deception. That's in the title. His deceptive miracles. It sounds good, it ain't good. He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction because they refuse to love and accept the truth that will save them, man. So the Most High will cause them to be greatly deceived and they will believe these lies. It sounds good, it ain't good. Then they will be condemned for enjoying evil rather than believing the truth. So look, the evil that's going to be going on, the deception, is going to sound fun because it said, look, they're going to be enjoying it. They're going to be having fun. You got to look, the iPhone goggles coming out. Come on, man.
Right.
But they're going to be enjoying this evil, this convenience in life. It's going to lead to their destruction when missiles going to hit them, man. But you got it.
Yeah, the scripture says, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. All right. Go ahead, brother.
So I put his last video right here. This is Aaron Russo. Now, this is an interview of him and Alex Jones, right? About the MOTB. Now, it's a whole, and I put it in the chat. It's an hour-long interview I already put in the chat. So Baba Kashad, click on it, but this is a portion of them talking about the MOTB. Here you go. Because he go explain that Esau's last goal is to usher in his MOTB system.
Was one where we expressed ideas to each other and thoughts and philosophies, and he wanted me to become part of my friendship with Nick Rockefeller. Was one where we expressed ideas to each other and thoughts and philosophies, and he wanted me to become part of what they were doing, and for me to become a member of the CFR, and offered various business opportunities for me to get involved in, and for me to not take up the fight or the battle that I've been taking up in the past, to drop that idea, because what was the point of my fighting for the people, right? So I had a friend, Nick Rockefeller, okay, who was one of the Rockefeller family, and he, when I was running for governor in Nevada, he came to me, introduced himself to me through an attorney, and we became friends. We started talking about things, and I learned an awful lot from Mr. Rockefeller. And one of the things that we used to talk about was the ultimate plan of the banking industry, what they wanted to accomplish.
The ultimate plan of the banking industry and what they want to accomplish.
And the goals of the banking industry, not just the Federal Reserve System, but the private banks in Germany and England, all over Italy, all over the world, they all work together. They're all central banks.
As the Elder Tazapah said earlier, all over the world, all central banks. Revelation 3:10, he called, this shall be an hour of temptation that shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. He said it. He got it from the horse mouth themselves, as the Elder Tazapah was just going into, man. And I mind you, we saying things, bringing our precepts, but we getting it from the people who are in these councils, who in these meetings, who being told the secrets. And the thing is, we linking it up with the Bible, who said this before they even heard about it, man.
And they're all part of the Communist Manifesto. You know, central banking is one of the major planks of the Communist Manifesto. We talk about America being a capitalistic country, but yet at the same time, we have a central bank.
And what's a CBDC? A central bank digital currency. That's been a plan.
That's right.
He
That's
talking
right.
about it now. A central. You got it. Yep.
No, I was agreeing.
He talking about a central bank being the ones who gonna do this. The Fed and the central bank. Now in 2024, because this, I don't know when this interview was, or my brother want to put in the chat, but it was years ago. But he was talking about a central bank and a Fed coming out with a currency and a digital way of doing things, which was going to eventually lead to a chip. Lo and behold, fast forward society in 2024, February 1st, what we been hearing in the news, the Fed coming out with a central bank, because what's America's central bank? The Federal Reserve. The Fed coming out with a central bank digital currency. So what this man's saying is literally playing out right now, man. Habakkuk 2 is speaking.
Bank that plans everything for us. One of the major planks of the Communist Manifesto. We talk about America being a capitalistic country, but yet at the same time, we have a central bank that plans everything for us, right? And the graduated income tax is another plank of the Communist Manifesto, right? So right there, you have two major planks of the Communist Manifesto that have been brought in because of the Federal Reserve System, okay? So the ultimate goal that these people have in mind is the goal to create a one world government run by the banking industry, run by the bankers, and they're doing it in sections. The European currency, the euro, and the European Constitution is one part of it. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union, right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government.
And just real quick, he just broke down why the borders are wide open. He just broke it down, all right? Because it's no more borders. When you want to talk about going global, there's no more this country, that country. There's no more borders. So it's America's time to be destroyed from within. So yeah, the borders are wide open. He just broke it down. That's a part of the elite's plan. That's the quickest way to destroy sovereignty, is to have open borders and just have a free fall. And you don't even know who over here. You don't even know who's in your neighborhood. But go ahead,
So this interview too, it was from 2008, 2009. So the point is, what this man said back then, which he was told by a Rockefeller, a man who knew the insides, the internal things, the secrets. He was told these things by him. Now we actually see it playing out in 2024.
That's right.
Can't be a lie, because the Bible said the same thing, which was written thousands of years before. So somebody got to be right, somebody got to be wrong, man. The MOTB is definitely the RFID micro C-HIP.
And the European Constitution is one part of it. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union, right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them.
You hear that? This the end goal, where everybody have a RFID micro C-HIP in them. Okay, I see the brother Errol reset common sense. He said Alex Jones interview Aaron Russo in 2007. That's it. So this was when the apostles came on the scene, But he said, what's the real goal? To have this device in everybody. That's Revelation 13, man.
All money. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union, right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to create a one world government where everybody has.
You got it.
No, I said, look at that palisade.
an RFID, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money.
Yep.
Yep.
At the top, you got the Karagma. At the bottom, you got the Karax. You got the chip. You got the Palisade.
Yep.
Is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is giving me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish.
They said, see
and
him
all
no more
money will be in
cash.
your chips. And so
he said, see hips no more cash was the first article we brung out. And we about to wind it down. I know it's been going a minute. But what's the first article? No cash. Nobody accepted cash. American businesses, neither big box stores. Because when the next lockdown comes, what's going to be put out of businesses? The small stores. Everything, mom and pops, all that, what's going to be left? Big box. And they're going to be getting down with the society because they tied in. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything. It's total control of the people.
And that chip's connected to a database that has your purchasing records, what you do.
Everything is in there, you know?
And that everything on there, your history of your medical history, your purchasing records, all data of you, your spirit, your mind, everything will be on that see here, man. Esau gonna have you, your location, where you at, what you doing, what you buying in the store.
Yep.
And so they want a one world government.
Hey, look at that grievous sword look like.
Controlled by them, everybody being chipped, all your money in those chips, and they control the chips and they control people, and you become a slave. I met Rockefeller through a female attorney I knew who called me up one day and said, one of the Rockefellers would like to meet you. I had made a video called Mad as Hell.
That's what we're gonna do. So we'll end it right there. And again, I'm gonna throw this in the chat. I threw the hour-long interview, but I'm gonna throw this little chopped up version because we've been going a minute. But he said some good stuff. If that's cool with you, Zaquan, I know we've been going for 2 hours now, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, so so I'll play this last little quick vid. It's like a couple seconds. It's going into what's on this chip. Let me play it.
Is it put that stupid thing to CDC.gov?
Just to show they got everything on there, man.
Paper and this pen, certain keywords that you don't want on your Instagram just because it puts that stupid thing to CDC.gov. But look at this QR code. The QR code that people have holds a lot more information on them than they may think. Okay, this is Canada's QR code, but many countries have the similar thing. Look at all the information it has on you. Religion, organ donor, driver's license, marital status, non-essential access, reserved for future use. So that's a thing that they're going to have more info in the future. Allergies, gender identity, smoker, sex. Are you a firearms owner? Are you a restricted firearms owner? Do you have any warrants? And then look at this. What's your credit score? How many accounts do you have? How much do you owe? What did you make this year? What did you make last year? This is how much information that QR code will have. This will be the social credit system on steroids, if not a carbon copy of it. And this is what people is being imposed on. That's being imposed on them. And the only power this has is the power you give it. If everyone refuses, good luck with this system.
So you see all the information they got, literally everything. And shout out to the brother Shamar one for sending this video in the chat, you know. But they got everything on there, and this was leading to. So to wrap it up, we see cash going out. Cash ain't the thing no more. It ain't the sexy thing no more. Nobody using cash, no businesses, no big box stores, everything going digital. And this next lockdown will put out the small stores. So the only things gonna be left is the big box stores who down with the digital society. And next we got the inventor, that Michael C. Hip, going into the invention of it, how eventually after they created it, they realized this was in a Bible. He went into the details, so go back and watch that. And then now I'm seeing they put on the mainstream media, they put it as if this could be a benefit to your life, right? Which is sound good. Hey, watch it. It sound good. These videos in there, go back and watch them. It sound good. but it ain't good. It's gonna backfire. Like it said about Moses. He rather suffer with his people than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. If you get down with this, that's all it is. Really just pleasures of sin for a season, man.
Yep.
It ain't gonna last long. And we seen what Aaron Russo just said. And it's more to it. I threw that in the chat. But although it sound good and it feel good, it may tickle your fancy. But what is gonna lead to? You being controlled, man. You having this soul in your body, and also it's going to lead to Revelation 14, Yahweh Shai, the Son of the Most High, coming back and putting you to death. But I ended off on this, and whatever you guys are going, it's Revelation 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Everybody will have to get down with this NWO society. It says, verse 16, and he causeth all, as we've been talking about, he gonna cause all to get down. He ain't gotta force you by trying to kill you. No, he can cast you out of society. You ain't gonna better buy from certain places, get health care unless you say, I agree, or get this device. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And we spoke about that. It's in any hand, and now in the foreheads, as Elon Musk, he said he successfully got the first person implanted with it. But it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And here is wisdom. Let him that understandeth count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66. So you ain't gonna better get by society, right? Or buy and sell unless you have this MOTB in you. And we know it's Esau because what's the vibration he pushing? And what's that is? That's the barcode as we just played right here. All the information he gonna have on you, man. And when you go back and watch this video of the dude Carl Saunders, all we know, although we know 666 is the barcode, when he go into it, he said it's 18 billion, right? Billion, like you say for gold. Billion and a C here is 18 billion, and in each part of it is 6 parts in the far side, 6 billion in the middle, and 6 billion at the end of it. That's 18 billion. Just go back and watch it. 666, even with the design of the C here, man. Come on, man. We seeing it play out. The end is speaking and not lying. But you got it, Zaquan. You got it. You got it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I had, brother.
Con, shit, you can take us
close
out.
it off.
Okay, con.
With that, man, we would thank the brothers that tuned in and built with us, the water to you, brothers. And we're going to, before we get out of here, give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Hakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. All right, man. We pray that you all were edified. And to the next one, hey, Shalom.